Humboldt. Lee Trucks.
Yes. Approval of agenda.
Also move.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Agenda's approved. No minutes. This is a special meeting. We don't have minutes, so let's move on to public comment on agenda-related items.
A lot of public.
Okay, new business, 363 River Street Certificate of Appropriateness.
So I'll give a quick memo, read out the memo, and then it'll be on to you for the presentation. Great. So Kyle Mosier came to us for a certificate of appropriateness regarding parcel 51-453-702-08 on 363 River Street. The following exterior features are being appropriated, I guess. The upper brick color and concrete detailing above and below windows remain as is. Window replaced to black mullion or pure black. Inset details on lower portion covered in high-grade wood. Painted in two-tone deep charcoal colors, slight variant between inset and outer border. Lower windows, same black mullion as above, pure black. Door and side, light and transom trim and pure black. Front door soffit finished off with a tongue and groove, dark walnut stained finish. Front entry floor, pan area finish and tile to be determined by the owner. So attached in the packet are the application, correspondence with the department, the museum curator, the applicant, the current facade, as well as lastly renderings of potential improvements. The owner, Kyle Mosier, is here to answer any questions that HGC may have. So here is the application of appropriateness, 363, filled out with the different details. The museum curator said everything looks good to him and that the applicant will be in attendance to explain anything. He also noted that the exact original slanted entrance to the building is not being put back, but transforming it back into an inset entranceway is more historic than it was for the past 50 plus years. So this is what it looks like currently, and Kyle, feel free to talk about these renderings that we have here.
Well, first, thank you for putting this together so quickly. I appreciate it. We're trying to, just a little bit of history. The tenant that is occupying the space now, that is doing the build out, my original agreement with them was to paint the facade and replace the door. And it needs more than that. We know that, and they're putting a significant amount of money into the interior. So we just thought, now's the time. Let's see if we can get this done this fall yet. So thank you for all of you for being here and helping. So the picture of the existing space, it's hard to see the depth there, but all the glass and doors are inset maybe a couple of feet from the face of the building. And so we're going to bring the facade back out to the original depth and then inset the entrance is the plan at this point. Investigation behind pulling off panels. There's really nothing historically significant left there anymore. There's no leaded glass up above. There's really, so we're kind of starting from scratch, which is good and bad. It'd be cool if there was some nice something there, but there's really not, best we can tell. So I guess I'll let you guys ask some questions if you have any.
From the pictures that you submitted, you're replacing the windows on the second level, right?
We are, yeah.
I'm going to go to basically to what's on the windows in the second level of the house outposts.
The intention is that the above on the Aaron's building next to this building, those windows are a bronze color. They're a double hung look, but they're actually an awning window. We're waiting on prices for definitely a double hung look. Not sure if they'll be operating or not, but they'll probably more likely be black rather than bronze. But the look would be the same, Lee.
The overhang will go away. The existing overhang will no longer be there. Is that correct?
Overhang.
Overhang probably the better term for
Things
that.
taken out, some funny things.
Yes,
on the
that will go
inside.
away, definitely. Yeah, that's not historically significant.
And the same with the ornamental pieces on the far east
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, that will all go away. Essentially, what's on there now is an aluminum signboard that's been painted green. So it's rough. It's been glued, and best we can tell, it's been glued and masonry nailed into the brick. So
Looks nice.
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah. The angles. I'm assuming that what Mark meant by the angles is that the entrance. It's a possibility. The cement foundation below the entranceway is still there, so we could, if it made sense. Obviously, we want to be ADA compliant, and so with this drawing, we are with the entrance and the door offset. But we didn't draw it with angles, but it possibly could be done. We're trying to look at the space from a retail standpoint down the road also, and with retail. Having some more display space in the window would be more desirable. So, but once we get into it, we'll know what we can. It's a little bit difficult right now without tearing the whole thing apart and exposing everything until we know what's there.
Cal, that is wood painted black, is that what it is?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have a question, if it's okay. The intention is to do wood painted, but there's two variables that I'm looking at. Potentially, the windows could be aluminum clad with wood surrounding them, and I'm wondering if that's acceptable. Same thing that we did on the Aaron's building next to it, and in fact, I think on L. Purdam's building, a couple doors down. Anyway, and then my second question is, if you're familiar with polymers like AZEK. If that's allowable to use instead of wood, if that's painted.
You're talking about the window frame.
I'm talking about, well, the first question was, the window frame, can that be aluminum, black or bronze? I guess is my first question.
I don't see a problem with that.
I have no problem with that. You, Lee?
And then my second question is, the materials, there's polymers, one name brand is AZEK, and it's a solid core polymer that is paintable. That it's pretty expensive, but it's forever. It looks like wood once it's painted. I don't know if we'll do it, but it's a consideration.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that either.
Looks good. Now, was Edward Jones in this building at one time?
There were a couple of Edward Jones representatives in there, but a couple. We originally purchased it from John Radliff, and then Jeff Rowe took over the office.
Okay.
And now it's a new associate that is moving out of Jeff Rowe's office.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fourth Edward Jones in Manistee?
I think you're right, Lee. At least 3. Yeah, it's an interesting model. The nice thing is they're very good tenants. So
And you're the owner,
we are, yes.
we being
Ascent Properties is an LLC that I own with my dad.
Control,
And,
yeah.
Will the glass be tinted like shown, or what type of glass?
It'll be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I move to accept the request for certificate of appropriateness.
A second it?
moved and seconded to award the certificate of appropriateness. Any more discussion?
There, we would do require a sign permit, of course, being in the city, and we can work through that.
And I believe the tenant in this case is going to take care of it.
Okay.
So, and I made them aware of the process.
All right.
And Kyle, you may have said this, but you hope to have it done by,
It depends, there's some variables, but we want to have it, done before it gets cold. The tenant wants to be in
Okay.
there as soon as possible, so
Great.
that's our intention.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you doing any repair to the brickwork on the second level? I noticed that there's some,
We need to, just below in the cornice area, we need to retuck point that. We will certainly do that. I don't know if it'll be in this round, but, yeah, it's not bad. There's nothing falling apart up there, but, there's some areas that need some retuck pointing.
Kyle Story, do we need to put a expiration date on the certificate, or is there one already there that I didn't notice?
It would be for a year. I think that'd be enough time though, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Our intention is this fall.
is there any more discussion? We have a motion on the table to award the certificate of appropriateness to Ascent Properties, and I guess this is. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kyle.
Excited about it. Can't wait to see it.
I think it's gonna look good.
Good.
Thank you.
Will you stick around? I'll talk to you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, we have no business, public comment and communications items not on the agenda. Is there any public comment? Correspondence, is there any correspondence?
None besides that was read earlier.
Okay, we don't have anybody to give reports. Members' discussion.
Just would note that I did participate in the WebEx presentation by, I'm not sure who that person was, but she was very knowledgeable and found it useful. So I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it or not, but
No, I haven't.
I had it right on my computer to look at, and then I suddenly had a customer who came in and,
I have a link for the webinar that was presented, so I can send that to the HDC just so everyone's on the same page as to where to access it. There's also one, I think, next Wednesday at noon.
next Thursday.
Next Thursday, exactly, excuse me, and I won't be able to have that to facilitate that viewing again, though they will have links on it when it's and it'll be posted, so I'll correspond via email with that.
Okay,
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
also move.
second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. That's the shortest meeting we've ever had.